last night I'm in bed thinking, oh my goodness, I need to get my craft room a whole lot better organized. It has everything in it that, yes, some of it's crafty items, but also a whole pile of stuff, a whole lot of stuff that I've put in here just because I didn't know where to put it over Christmas, and I was extremely busy with Christmas and birthdays, so I just threw it in here. But not only that, I also want to redo this area and put all my wool here. So I have to figure out how to reorganize this room. I thought I'd take you along. I have boxes ready, and I am going to declutter, tidy, and get ready. I don't know how long this is going to take. It might take more than today. You have seen my craft room in the past, and it's looked a lot better than this. But I just keep buying things because I thrift, and then I have too much stuff. Wish me luck. I'll bring you along for parts of it. See? I even have extra treats in here. Oh goodness. If you've seen my earlier videos, you know that I painted these and then we used chalk paints as a craft with myself and my daughters as well as friends and created cute little gingerbread houses. So I'm going to keep that, but for next year. So I'm going to be putting it somewhere to hold until next year. I have a few. They should not be in here because this is not where I do this. I'm going to put them in the basement. So, looks like a bigger mess, but it always does when you're doing this kind of job, I think. I still have some things to take out of here that don't belong here. And I really want all my wool to be over here. So, over here, I'm still taking some out of here, but I have some shelves that are available. And I went through all those books. So if you look back at that area, this was totally stuffed. I think that is all the books that I'm keeping. And what I've done is I have Christmas here. This side is more about fairies, Alice in Wonderland, and this side is more animal nature. And then up here, I thought would be a good spot for things that kind of add to those books. This is a lot of gardening type. So this here is gardening type books, song books, and then some kind of quote books. And when I make a reading board for my books, I'm thinking I can use some of these hard books. I only kept 2. And then this is atlases and a few other books that I think I could very easily make tags from. That gives me a little more space down at the bottom. And I still have an awful lot to do. But we'll get there. We'll get there. Oh, it is now the next day. And let's turn some lights on so you can see and hear it a little better. Oh my goodness. What a mess. Oh, that's okay. I always remind myself, there has to be a mess before the good part happens. I brought these shelving unit and I brought them down from upstairs. Now my crocheting stuff, not all here yet. The wool is, thank goodness, because boy, I realize I do not need to thrift or buy any more wool. Anyway, this is far from being done, but I'm really glad I was able to bring that shelf down because that helps a lot with my junk journaling stuff. So I'm going to try and do some organizing. I still have things that I want to change. I put my ribbon up over there, and in this cabinet, I've decided I'm just going to put things that I wouldn't be using all the time. And so other things, like for instance, I have candle making kits, and I'll show you that later. We're in a big mess still. So I'm going to continue. And I'm hoping by the end of today, this at least will look more organized. And then I'll start going through all the bins. I will just do that over a period of time rather than trying to get it all done. But this needs to happen quickly because I need to be able to do some work in here. Here we go. The boxes that I have so far. That one will be going downstairs because it's the painting things that I like to do, the chalk paint. Keep that for next year. And then I have a lot of books that I've gotten rid of. Thank goodness. It actually got so overwhelming that I didn't even want to junk journal because it was too overwhelming. Now, that picture's not going. I'm going to see if my daughter wants it in her place, but if not, I will find a spot because I love it. Okay, so the grand reveal. This is my new craft room. And the reason I did this, all the decluttering and reorganizing, is so I could get all this yarn in here for my projects rather than having it upstairs everywhere. At least now it's all in one spot. So down here, oh goodness, is this. I got this at Goodwill. They had them on for like $3. So I got a whole pile of them. I don't think they're the easiest to use the way they're wrapped, but I plan on using them. A lot of my yarn is secondhand that I bought either at Goodwill or other thrift stores, but I do have a lot also from Walmart. And then down here, more. So lots and lots and lots of wool. A lot of it I've had for a very long time, so it's good that I'm getting back to crochet. This here is the area that I put a lot of my sewing type supplies. So I do sew sometimes for my junk journals. I don't actually sew. I don't make clothing, but for the junk journals, I do sew. And this is material that I've had, just the smaller scrap material. Right here is my bin that I have my crocheting patterns. Some of them are very hard, I'm finding. Down here are some bins with things that I don't use very often, but I do use once in a while if I'm doing a forest junk journal. Put that down at the bottom because I don't use it very often. And then I have cards, which I use a lot. This is trim that I use, again, for junk journaling. That's some of it. These are buttons. Look how many I have. A lot of buttons. And this is empty. Yay! I have an empty bin. And then these are empty, but I just, for some reason, I see sewing baskets and I just love them. So this one, isn't that cute? I love that. And then I have beads that can be used, or buttons for junk journaling. This is a lot of my markers. And up here is a lot of trim and lace. And I put it in these large flower jars. They're very pretty. I got them given to me, actually. And then this one's just a jar. I might cover this sometime with some material. That would make it a lot prettier. And then this is another sewing basket that I really enjoyed and love the colors. And so in there is a lot of crochet type things that I need. And then these are just for being pretty. I bought this here and the one over here to put yarn on. I just put it on and then I can pull the yarn and it just keeps going around and around because the wood is very slippery. So that works quite well. Yeah, so that's over in that corner. That shelving unit was upstairs. So this is what I mean when I say I shop my home. This I shopped my home for. It was upstairs. I don't remember what I was using it for at the time, but I didn't need it anymore. So I've just been keeping it. And then I thought, hey, this is perfect. I need something, and it fits so nicely there. Since I brought all this wool in, it did take a lot of my room. So I needed another shelving unit. And then behind the door, this is behind the door, I have my ironing board, the large one. I have this that I can put paper on to dry if I'm coffee dyeing. I have a bag that if I want to take whatever of my crafts out with me when I go somewhere, I have that. And then these are for embroidery hoops, which I also enjoy doing, or slow stitch. And here's some more wool. So I tried to put most colors together. There is the odd one that's not with the other colors because it got too full. But anyway, and this is an embroidery. This is quite neat, actually. This is some more lace. This here, you sit on the base and then you embroider in the hoop. So I thought that was pretty neat. I've only used it once because I don't embroider very often, but it is something that I'm going to keep because I may do at some point again. And then this here is a cupboard I've had in here forever. I shopped my home for this a long time ago. I didn't need it in other places in my home, so I decided it would go in here. Here is batting for junk journaling. Here is felt. Under here is some candle making kits. And then down here is just a lot of embroidery and type things. So things that I don't use very often, but I don't want to get rid of. Over here, this here is my paper. So all the different pads of paper I have there. And these are cards that you can use inside a junk journal. This is 6x6 papers. Down here is just different things again for my junk journal. Paper pads, doilies, lace. So then you go over here and this is some drawers with material. And these, I really like these. I got these at Goodwill. The problem is I like to see what's inside, but I do know that these are some of the card journals that I have made or almost made. They're on their way to being made. And then this one, like a little suitcase, and it's Paris. And again, that's more junk journal supplies that I have started junk journals with. And I got these at Goodwill. So that one was $3.49 and this one was $2.49. And it's nice to have cute things in your craft room. Up here, I have a lot of things hanging. These are book covers that I've taken the insides out of, and they will be ready to make junk journals in. I really love that one. Oh, just love that one. I've gotten them all through Goodwill or another thrift store, or sometimes the library has books that they are going to throw in the trash if you don't take them, so you just give in a donation and you can take those books. This area, oh my goodness, this is where I got rid of so much stuff. This here is the shelf that was overflowing with books and nothing else. But now I have been able to put my Christmas supplies here. And this is my coloring books. So we talked about this in my self-care time. I have probably about 5 or 6 different coloring books that I just enjoy. And so they are here. And these are books to use for Christmas, as well as ribbon to use for Christmas journals. It's nice to have it separate from everything else. These are books that I can use for any journal. I really enjoy these for nature journals, forest journals, fairy journals, any of those. And then this is kind of just extras for journals. You use flowers out of gardening books. You can use dictionaries. You can use maps, music books as well. All secondhand and bought for my junk journaling. I got rid of so much. That was the biggest declutter, I'm sure. And then up here, I put my ribbons. So I used to have my ribbons on the wall where the yarn is now, but there just wasn't room anymore. That is where they are now, and I think it'll be quite fine. Most of it is kind of organized with color. And look at outside. Can you see out there? It is nasty out there right now. It is so windy, and if this keeps on into the evening, it makes the roads really nasty at night. But anyway, we will continue in the nice warm craft room. So I just got this the other day at Goodwill again. I paid $3.49, and I always find these drawers, because you can see in them, this is a small ironing board, and I have a medium-sized ironing board there. I have some of my grandkids' art there, and then I have beads and buttons, and I have scissors. I just thought this plate was so cute. I got it thrifting, and it's nice to just put little pieces that maybe you're not using yet, but you made for a junk journal. This is for small scraps. If I'm sitting here working away, I can just throw in bits and pieces in there. And then I have more drawers, and I actually have some empty drawers here. It's lovely. This is different scissors. I don't actually use those hardly ever, so I'm still thinking about getting rid of them, but I have a nice light there. This here I made a while back. I was going to make it really long and I got bored. Didn't want to make it any longer, so I just put it in the window. I kind of like it. It's pretty. Outside isn't so pretty, but that is. And then over here I have my plaques still on the wall. And up here, I put the others. I just love those. Again, they're all thrifted. This is thrifted. And this was given to me by a friend. And I just enjoy those, having them in my craft room. And then over here, these are some of the kids' things that they've given me again. This is also a gift that I had given to me. And then this is a lot of my inking supplies. A lot of inks here. And here, the bottom drawer is glue, as well as some two-sided tape that you may need while you're working right here. So that works. And then this is a Grateful journal. And this is another little journal that I made a long time ago. That's my sewing machine. Now this is my favorite part, I think. Well, I don't know. The bookshelves are a really good part too. Get rid of all that stuff and have it much more organized. But this is an ephemera box. So it's a lot of stickers and things that I use in junk journals. And I have 3 of them now. I have the Christmas one over on the bookshelf. These are just for other junk journals besides Christmas. But it was such a mess before. And now it's so easy to look through and see what I have. I am loving that. I'm just keeping it right there so it's right close by as I work. This here is another ephemera box. So wonderful. It just makes me so happy to have it all in one area and easy to see. Same with this one again. So this one is a lot of ephemera that I would use if I was doing a nature junk journal. Others as well, but a lot of things for nature junk journals. Leaves and that kind of thing. This is my picture maker. What do you call that? I don't know. You attach your phone to it and photos pop out. Anyway, one of those. Up here is some of the tools that I use. I just put them in. I love llamas. And that is just some paper flowers that you can use for junk journaling. This has absolutely nothing in it, but I thought it was super cute. And so I bought it from the dollar store a while ago. And this is a book that I really, really love the pictures. So I don't want to take it apart. But I love this book. It's so cute. It's so, so pretty. This I got from boot camp. Most likely to whine the entire time. And this I got for my daughter and my granddaughter and I picture. And then this is Grumpy, you know, Sleepy, Grumpy, all those guys. I've had him, well, since my daughter was probably about 15. She's now 40. And she got a McDonald's meal and got that in it. And I used to always have it in my car, but it was losing all the color from the sun. So I brought it in here and he's still sticking around. She gave it to me. Might say something about Grumpy and me. And this is some lace. It's so pretty. Haven't used it yet, but I plan on it in the next few journals that I'm making. This is markers and different books that I really like. This is a sticker book my daughter got me. I think it was birthday. Might have been Christmas. It's a beautiful sticker book. The whole book is just stickers that I can use for my junk journaling. And look at this. Look, there. Every so often it has these big, full pages of a sticker. Isn't that sweet? It's so sweet. And then I do have others here, smaller ones. So I have a lot of ephemera to use. And then up here is mostly just fun things to look at. And as you can see, I have my llamas. And then over here, I have some more art from grandchildren on the wall. I have my cutting tools here. And these are a lot of my stamps that I can use. So they're all organized. And then this was shopping my home quite a while ago. I have now organized the inside of the drawers. So there's a lot of pens and pencils. I have wax to make wax seals, you know, with the little wax seal maker. I have a lot of different types of yarn that I use for junk journaling down here. I have some paints and some glue and just all sorts of things that I can use at some point when I need it. So this is perfect because at times I need to stand up. You know, you sit down for so long and then sometimes I just need to stand up. This is something that I bought at Goodwill. It was around Christmas time and I thought I was going to put little hand towels on it, but it didn't work out. The hand towels were too long. So then I thought, shoot, now I got to just take this back to Goodwill, and I just paid for it. And I decided, you know what, it would really be nice to hold ribbon and then just be able to take it off there. Kind of pretty too. That's what I did with that. This is more drawers. So I just have more ephemera and things that I use for junk journaling in these drawers. Over here, I have a pillow that I'm going to be taking apart and use the stuffing for my stuffies that I make, crochet. And yeah, and I just have that basket there to put it in. And then over here, under the desk, more drawers. And these drawers have material in them. I have an extra sewing machine down there. This is my garbage. I just went to the dollar store and I bought a large basket. And it works perfect for my garbage. And it's cuter than a garbage can. Over here, I have more cutting tool. And I have a cutting tool on here as well. This is my newer washi tape. It can't fit in the washing tape bin. This is another drawers, more ephemera. Down here in the bottom drawer are my large stamps. And all of the stamps are secondhand. And then over here I have another drawer. Again, it's see-through, so it's easy to see what's in them. I have one drawer that's for tags. I have sewing things down at the bottom. It's more ephemera for if I was going to make a sewing junk journal. And this is for dangles. And then I have this moving little guy. I bought this tray a while ago. And quite a while ago, years. And I've used it for different things, but it's been in my craft room for a while now. At the bottom is just different glues. And then here is more washi tape. This is just scraps paper, and then another cutting tool. And on top are just my tools that I'm using right now. So I can move that around, and that's a really nice option to have. I think that's all I have to show you, but I'm going to kind of come in and give you a quick overview all together. As you come in the door, what I've tried to do is I have tried to keep my yarn, my crocheting type thing over on this wall as you walk in to the room. And then that way it's all there. It's all in one spot on this side of the room, which is quite nice to have. This is kind of my crocheting area. And then this is my sewing area. Some of the sewing things are up on here, but most of this is junk journaling items. Crocheting is this end of the room, basically. And then as I walk into the rest of my room, junk journaling takes over. This is my junk journaling area. And I love now that this area is split into two for me. So if I'm junk journaling, I'm over here. I'm sitting at my desk, either at this part of the desk or this part of the desk, if I want to look out the window. And nice large area to work. I have all the things that I need to junk journal. And then I have this stand-up area that I can also use. I am very happy with the way it's turned out. Now I can have fun junk journaling on this side of the room, which is the majority of the room. And I can come in and get all my yarn supplies for crocheting. So there we go. That's the room. I have lots of space, as you can see, to work. It is so nice, and boy, it gets messy and filled while I'm working. So that's the junk journaling area. And as I leave, you can see my puppy, and I have all my wool area. So there you go, my updated craft room. And it feels so good to get it done. This took days upon days because I was trying to declutter at the same time. It was a lot, but I am so happy that it's done now. So I hope you enjoyed that. Hope it gave you some inspiration of using what you have already, shopping your home, as well as thrifting what it is you need. You can do a lot between thrifting and shopping your home. Hopefully you'll see me in here soon doing some junk journaling. As I said in another video, I don't have all the proper gear to show how to junk journal to actually teach, but I wouldn't mind showing you some of the aspects that I do. But you know what? If you want to start junk journaling, just find a YouTube video and start. It is a lot of fun, and it's great for gifts as well. And so is crocheting. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed that tour. It's been a long process getting it here, and I only gave little snippets because the video would be very long. If I put it all in there, it would have been very long. This was a process. This took about 5 days of a few hours per day. I am enjoying it so much now, and I have so many fun creative ideas that I want to do. So I'll bring you along for some of those, and I hope you'll join me again very soon in my next video. Thanks for being here. Bye-bye.